Hi.
Hi.
Thank you all for coming out. What, do you want me to say something? Is there something on my face? Tell you something about myself. There's not really a lot to know about me. I don't think anyone feels very interesting when they're being watched. I could paint you a picture. That's me.
I love you, Lyndsey.
This feels kind of like a first date. It is very nice to meet you. My name is Lyndsey. For the love of God, please tell me something about yourself so I can smile and nod and hack our conversation up into I'm not having fun-sized bits of small talk. Occupy as little space as possible, because if we can't be ourselves, at least we're being polite. We'll meet briefly in my driveway, sometime as the sun's moving on to give the rest of humanity a try at tomorrow, like a great, gaseous, oscillating fan. When you are 4 minutes late, I will begin the precise and sensitive calculus of figuring out how and when to ask you where you are, and if you're lost, maybe. The answer being some variation of null set. I test my breath in the palm of my hand. What parts of myself will come sailing, lumbering through the bacterial wetness tonight? You're here. Even after living here for 7-ish years, I haven't figured out a surefire way of knowing you can't see my forehead peeking up from above the couch through the window. Retreat!
Let's play 20 questions. What's your favorite color?
Well, my favorite color is indigo. I have deep, dark indigo lull inside me that I pull from in gobs of tugging, lovely gunk to sop the air with.
What are your hobbies?
I am classically trained in piano, and I write poetry. I always write in cursive. My penmanship is mere lacy muscle memory that politely attempts to grope thought.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is the grapefruit, because it is delicious and underrated, and because its name in French is pamplemousse. I love ravaging the sweet acid flesh out of its roots and into my bored belly that is so dumb it only knows how to pull things apart.
Are you normal?
I hope not. I mean, I have an irregular heartbeat. I inhale, and my bloody drum panics for all the fresh information it must sort through. And then I let it all leave me, and I can relax, because being totally empty has me feeling full of myself.
What ethnicity are you?
I'm one half Lithuanian, a fact I take pride in, but one which I had no control or influence over. I wonder sometimes whose genetic crevices carry through my cracking knuckles, my lack of widow's peak, and where our ribosomes overlap, invert, and deform.
You're deep.
Yeah, jump in. I won't engulf you if you try to tread or at least thrash. I heard once that the name Lyndsey means dark water in Gaelic.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
That's a good question. I want to be an actor, goddammit. I want to snuggle up into the armpit of humanity and take a good, long, dizzying whiff until I can't tell if I am entirely puppet or puppeteer, but both, until I'm so convincing I could fail a breathalyzer test sober. I'm going to analyze, empathize, and then memorize failure, intention, and loss. Here I go, and how do I get there? The audition. New York City. I am in love with your filth. I love landing between your skyline and Philadelphia as a site I will always have a big fat crush on, but New York, ugh! New York! You are trashy and sophisticated and specific. It's like God's butt is accidentally on the fast forward button and he can't find the remote. You are the only place to give me every reason to be suspicious of everyone and still fall in love with everything. You have a short temper, New York. And I could land here, jaywalking within your jazz. I would so gladly embody the stereotype. I can be the immigrant with stars in her eyes, ask every mailman I see where I can catch the A train and say, gee, thanks, mister, as many times as it takes for me to make it to this room. This room. In front of them, whom I wish I could call us. Hello, my name is Lyndsey Bentham. This is Denise Savage from Savage in Limbo by John Patrick Shanley.
Is that L-I-N-D-S-A-Y?
It's actually L-Y-N-D-S-E-Y.
L-I-N-D-S-E-Y?
L-Y-N.
Oh, okay, whenever you're ready.
Thank you. I feel strong. Like I'm wearing chains, but I could snap them. Anytime, I feel ready. I go to work and I feel like I could take over the whole company. But I just type. I go home and I see my mother in her chair and I want to pick her up with one hand and chuck her out the window and roll up the rug and throw a big party. Everybody's invited. I go to the library and I want to take down the books off of all the shelves and open up the books and the tables and argue with everybody about ideas. I want to think out loud, you know? I want to think out loud with other people. You know what's wrong with everybody? They're too smart. I know it sounds crazy, I know, but it's true. Everybody is too smart. It's like everybody already knows everything, and everybody already argued everything, and everything got hashed out and settled the day before I was born. It's not fair. They know about gravity, so nobody talks about gravity. It's a dead issue. It's been done, and it's been said, and it's been thought, so screw it. It's not fair. I've been shut into everything that could have been good by a smartness around that won't let me think not one new thing. And it's been like that with love, too.
Okay, thank you. Continue your song, 16 bars only, please.
Okay. Nobody knows the trouble I see. Nobody knows my sorrow. Nobody knows the trouble I see. Glory, hallelujah.
Thank you. Next.
The waiting. What am I supposed to do for this long? I could write a poem. Self-esteem. My familiar foe. Done up in an informative pamphlet for teens. You look so sexy, self-esteem. Sexy and way out of my league. That's not good. Do you think it's pretty? Can you see the resemblance? I can't stand this waiting. Nothing helps.
And I can't stop from staring. Mouse sweetly as
You're not the poem, or the punchline, or the riddle, or the joke woman. If you grow up the type men want to love, you can let them love.
The winner of RuPaul's Drag Race receives a 1-year supply of Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmetics. And
When you fall in love, it is discovering the ocean after years of puddle jumping. It is realizing you have hands. It is reaching for your
It came. Well, I don't know. I thought this would happen. I knew this would happen. I have a pimple on my face. My smile is all lopsided. It's too stretchy on the right side. I don't look like an actor. They have something I don't. Those ones who got in. It was clear I didn't have it when I walked in the first time. They knew it. They could see it. They probably just kept me in the pool to teach the accepted students what competition feels like, or for one last stroke of all their egos before the work really begins. Pause. Jesus. This is like reverse vomiting. Are you cringing? I am. What is this foul voice like tar making my lungs drip sticky and slow? What is this voice? What is this loneliness? It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. You know what? You can devour this portrait if you want to. Voice thing. You don't get to make my mind a meal. No, not while I'm aware of you. No, this ends now. God, or Jeffrey, whichever one is most readily available, please play my song. Thank you. Now back to you. You thought you were so sneaky, little voice, but I noticed you when you got big. That was like having Alzheimer's of the soul, man. And I know you'll be back, voice thing. You'll meet with your people and come up with a new strategy to destroy what has taken 18 years and counting to make. And I'm sure you'll come up with a lot of really good material. But I'm not interested.